Keijo! 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 Who doesn't like a good story? A very deep one with plot twists and those things that can blow your mind. Those are the best stories. Leaving that aside, Keijo is an anime about ass and titties. Or to be more precise, it's about fighting with ass and titties. More or less as a parody of sports animes and shows like Naruto or Dragon Ball. You'll see. I don't think I have to say more, so take this opportunity to like and subscribe to not miss out on any of the summaries that we'll be uploading to the channel. Not a single one. Watch all of them. Alright, let's get started. Our protagonist is Nozomi, an energetic and cheerful ex-gymnast teenager who has a dream, just like that of any other teenager, to be the best in a sport, become a professional, and turn into a millionaire to get herself and her siblings out of poverty, even though the sport itself is quite peculiar, so to speak. A female sport called Keijo, which consists of throwing your opponents into the water using your hips or chest. And basically, Nozomi wants to be the Messi of Keijo. Together with her best friend Miyata, a former judo champion who is very popular since she's someone that attracts a lot of attention due to her speed, being the most promising candidate, they are chosen to select the 10 best competitors to be integrated to one of the 2 Keijo schools in the country. So they start fighting each other in some kind of battle royale. As Fortnite, I'm joking. There, a pink-haired girl seems to be quite superior to the rest since she starts knocking them out with a single strike of her hips. And because Nozomi is really determined, she puts up a fight but ends up losing, not without surprising the others. Despite losing, the girls managed to qualify for the school thanks to the level of the skill they showed, although they only got in the normal class and not the elite class. Only those who remained standing were allowed into the elite. And in that class, they meet 2 more companions, forming a team of 4. Yes, it's a team sport. One of them is called Toyoguchi, who is a bit clumsy, but has quite a soft rear that makes her able to repel attacks. I mean, I don't know, don't look at me, I didn't write this, I'm just making the summary. And the other one is called Kazane, who doesn't speak because she feels self-conscious about her accent, and her skill is that her right hand has the same abilities as the Sharingan, and she's a great strategist. They all start training hard, you know, running, push-ups, pull-ups, among other exercises. I mean, they also train their hips, I guess? Anyways, because there's a big difference between the normal class and the elite class in the school, obviously the ones from higher class have way more privileges. You know, the typical. They think they're better because they have better training spaces, better rooms, better everything. Literally like private schools and public schools. But there is a girl in the normal class that grabs everyone's attention, and of course, this is Nozomi, because she apparently was chosen by destiny to use a technique no one else can, called vacuum cannon. It's a very dangerous technique that wears down on the hips a lot, and she risks getting injured forever. How terrible. Anyways, it's said that the girl who can use this technique is destined to be the greatest and strongest in Keijo, but despite that, she's forbidden from using this technique due to the risks it carries. But because Nozomi can't just ignore destiny and wants to become the best, she wants to use it, and her teacher agrees anyways. So she gives her a very tight training suit so that she doesn't hurt her tailbone. And get ready, because we're gonna give this a twist regarding powers and abilities. All the girls start training hard, and Nozomi gives her all now that she knows about her special ability, because they will have the opportunity going up to the elite class in a kind of tournament against the girls in that class. And this is when the girls' abilities shine, since Miyata gives herself some kind of wedgie and activates her divine speed to beat the fastest of all elites. Toyoguchi beats a girl with a steel ass thanks to her rubber butt, and Kazane loses after being hypnotized by her opponent's chest. But Nozomi's opponent is a bit different since she has a quite strong ability just like her. In short, let's say she manifests her power in the shape of a dog that comes out of her rear. The fight gets complicated, and just like in any good shonen, their powers clash, and Nozomi wins with her vacuum cannon, letting everyone pass to the elite class. Yes, Kazane also passes thanks to having a lot of potential, and because the blonde's hypnosis ability was a forbidden technique in the end. Alongside their new companions from the elite class, they go to a training camp to improve their techniques and abilities, where Nozomi meets a professional that gives her some personal training because she's the one with the most potential, and she shows her the great barrier she has to face if she plans to dedicate herself to Keijo, since she not only has a great power, but also a lot of control and speed in her pelvic movements. Seeing this, Nozomi understands how much she has to learn and starts training harder and harder. And at one point, one of the girls becomes jealous of Nozomi because she was hogging all of the attention from the girls and challenges her, so they have a duel so that Nozomi can show off all that she has learned and put into practice. And thanks to that training, Nozomi wins, thus concluding the training at the camp and making a new friend. Remember that a while back I said that Nozomi had entered one of the two Keijo schools? Well, it turns out that the two schools, the Eastern and Western one, compete each year in a tournament. And the one where Nozomi is, that is, the Western one, has a streak of 10 consecutive defeats. And that's why all of the girls from the Eastern school feel superior. The rules of the tournament consist of tag team matches with scenarios that change per match. And the first one is some kind of structure made out of bars. Well, Miyata is in the first team, and she will face a tough team, since one of the girls from the other school is really muscular and large, alongside some other girls who are pretty strong. And when only Miyata and another girl were left, Miyata activated her special ability by rubbing her nipples, and she combined it with one of her judo moves, thus winning the first round. And no, the nipple thing was not a joke. And also, she managed to make her parents proud, mostly her father, who was mad for her decision of abandoning judo in favor of Keijo. Now it's time for the second match, where Kazane and Toyoguchi must fight on top of two planes floating on the water. And all the girls start using some really strange powers like giant butts, fusions, and even Kazane opens up a lot of portals where asses come out, literally ulted. Anyway, when there are only two players left, they both fall down at the same time, but the other school team wins by a fraction of a second, and now they are tied 1-1. For the third and last encounter, it's Nozomi's turn to fight in some kind of castle, where every time someone falls into the water, she starts to sink more and more. Now, with superpowers on her hips and chest, they all start fighting and using weird and strange abilities. And no, the words weird and strange don't mean the same, at least not on this channel. Nozomi's team has the advantage by eliminating two, but the strongest girl from the other school is in the opposing team, and she transforms, changing her hair and eye color, just like in Dragon Ball, and we can see she has an evil personality because she throws one of her own companions into the water, and now she's standing alone. However, she's so strong that she knocks everyone out one by one, and in a desperate attempt, the girls lend their strength to Nozomi so that she can pull out all of her strength, leaving the two of them alone. Nozomi increases her power level, and a battle of titans begins, or should I say titans? Get it? No? Okay. Whatever. After an incredible fight where both of them talk about their problems, Nozomi manages to throw her opponent into the water, breaking her school's losing streak. In graduating alongside her friends. And now, they all become professional Keijo players, and they eagerly await new challenges and meeting new and strong opponents, and to obviously become stronger themselves. In conclusion, that's right my brothers, this is pure cinema, but seriously, I don't know what to tell you. Many think this is a pretty bad anime just because of the premise alone. I mean, who's gonna take an anime about girls beating each other with their asses seriously? But like I said earlier, I saw it more as a kind of parody. Not so much like One Punch Man, a terrible comparison I know, but rather as a parody of sports anime and classic shonen. If there's something positive about it, it's that it's well animated. So if you enjoy seeing good animation, you can watch it, or if you're so down bad, you can watch it too. Even though it's 12 episodes long, it also has 4 OVAs available, as well as 18 manga volumes. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to not miss out on any summaries. And that's all for today. See you later.